back to my channel. It's Christina at Homeschool and Grace, and today's video is a weekly update for weeks 1, 2, and sort of 3. I'll explain. So, I'm super excited to share with you how school has been going, how we got started out. I had planned on making all these videos of like going back to school shopping, and you know, life did not happen as I had planned, and that's okay. But I wanted to share with you how school has been going. So I will either post a video before this one or after this one of a health update. So be on the lookout for that. If you haven't seen it already, it will come out next. About what's going on with me. So the reason why I say we've done about 3 weeks of school is that I did do 1 week of school, kind of couch school, while I was recovering from my miscarriage and just health issues. And so I wanted to show you what we worked on during that time before I dive into everything else. So when you go through, when your health isn't where it needs to be to do school, I realize you can't do much. So I didn't even come up in the schoolroom. It's only been the last 2 weeks I've made my way up here. And so I wanted to show what we have been doing, what we did that week. So first of all, my preschooler, we worked on these little rod and staff books for school. I had gotten them at, well, the one I had, I got at the homeschool conference. This one I bought recently at our local homeschool bookstore. And so, so this wasn't the one we worked on, but the one before was the one I got from the homeschool conference. So we worked on this for her. We did read alouds. I was able to start our read aloud for My Father's World for my 2nd grader. I'm getting rusty. I've gotten rusty making videos. I can't think. So this is Farmer Boy. We've been reading that. For my kindergartner, we worked on this one from Ron and Staff, Adventures with Books. Again, this was from the homeschool conference. It was just an easy thing for her to get some school done for the day. I have a whole box here of stuff I had to bring from downstairs to upstairs. Don't worry, I didn't carry it. My husband did. Okay, so for my 2nd grader, she's still been kind of a delayed reader, I guess. And I couldn't get all my Father's World stuff for the 1st grade downstairs easily with like all the parts to it. So my friend lent me this book, and we've just been using this one, Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. And this has been going great just to get some kind of reading lesson in during that time as well. And then I got for my older girls, they're still working through teaching textbooks, so they did that. And then for my youngers, I signed up for Reading Eggs, so it was another reading program, plus it has Math Seeds, I think it's called. So they were doing that. So it has been great for them, a fun program to help just solidify those reading skills that we worked on during the week. And so that's what they did during my week of couch schooling, because that's all I could do. Now, I'm off of couch schooling. I'm still taking it easy, but I thought we'd dive into actually the curriculum. So, 1850 to modern times, I am teaching my, okay, let me think, 7th, 8th, where's she? I don't know where she's at. We're getting to those homeschool, levels. So, 7th, 8th grader, 5th grader, no, not 5th grader, 4th grader, and 2nd grader are all doing 1850 to modern times from My Father's World. Okay, let me get to our first week. So, we changed up our schedule some. I really used more the schedule in the actual manual. Help, how do I get it all done? We had gotten in a rut of really getting a lot of school done in the afternoon, and I really wanted to get it all pushed up. So, we really worked to get a lot done before lunchtime, and it's really worked well. So, I'm going to start at the top, work my way down. Okay, so first of all, we started out with A Young Person's Guide to Knowing God. We do this at breakfast time. Well, after breakfast time or at breakfast time. We sit around the table and do this together with all the girls, even the little ones. They typically wander away, but we try to all do it together. I bought all my girls these Holy Bible for Kids. I think they were maybe $10, $15 at the most. I don't even think it was that much. It could have even been less. I don't know. I'll link them below. I got these on Amazon around Christmas time. I wanted them all to have ESV Bibles because that's what my husband and I use. And we were all using different translations, and it was getting kind of confusing if we go, you know, round robin and reading. And so I just got them all these ones so that we can all read, and if they need help with a word, I don't have to be over their heads on all of them. I can read from my own Bible. So that's what we're doing for Bible. And I will say this Patricia St. John book, Young Person's Guide to Knowing God, is wonderful. So it takes the Apostles' Creed and breaks it down into bite-sized chunks. And so you read scripture from the Bible, and then she does a story that goes along with it, or devotional. Their stories are wonderful. She's written other books that are just great. And so it's been a really, lots of great discussion from this one. We've also did Then Sings My Soul, just as we did it last year. So it's like 2 weeks for one song. So the hymn was What a Friend We Have in Jesus. And we've been doing that at night as a family for, not every night, but most nights, for like our family worship time or family devotions at night. We do that then. I really like that song, and I found an Alan Jackson version that I'll link below for you guys, but it's a really great version. Okay, so that was Bible. For spelling, my second grader wasn't ready yet, and I wanted something to help my fourth grader with writing, so I just gave her this to work on because it was simple. Sometimes simple is better, so she's working on this actually, and it's going really great. So she's working on this. I did get for my oldest, whoops, because I like the second grade one. I ordered her the fifth grade one. I thought it'd be a good fit. I don't think it's as good as a fit as I was hoping it would be. So I don't know if we'll keep using it. At least it's inexpensive. So I think I'll go back to, it's not even time yet to start Spelling Power. So I'll probably use Spelling Power for her and then just continue this for my for my fourth grader, because Spelling Power was kind of stressing her out with the way that it's laid out, that she doesn't have the words prior to kind of feel like, oh, okay, I know what I'm going to be writing. It's too much of the unknown, and it was stressing her out. So if I do use Spelling Power again for her, I'm going to have to reformat it for her, if that makes sense. Okay, English, language lessons for today. Yay. Okay, so we're doing the second grade and the fourth grade, and they're enjoying them and doing a really great job. My fourth grader got a little notebook to write in that she liked. I don't think it got put in the box. And then my second grader, I've been using these writing tablets for her to write on for any copy work or if she has to write something. So that's been helpful. For my oldest, now every time I do one of these videos, I'm not going to go through all these little, I'm probably just going to mainly go through history and what my other ones are learning, because unless you want to hear about these. Okay, so we've been using basics for communicating effectively. This is applications of grammar. Now, I've been reading online, you know, not everyone loves this. It's a lot different than the language lessons for today. We really modify it so it's a little more, because it kind of starts out right away, and I think it's a bit above what she remembers from like last year or something, like predicate nominative. I had to go back like, what's that again? So just working on that. I don't have her do every exercise in here. I typically make her do like 1 or 2, and then one of them we might do together if I feel like she's struggling, or she'll do it and then we'll work through it together if I feel like she didn't quite understand the lesson, I'll make highlights so she knows what she's looking for. Yeah, so like lesson 5, she only did exercise A and not B and C. We were going to do them together and we didn't get to it. But I think she seems to be enjoying it. So we're going to just keep trucking along through it. I get it's not for everybody, but it's working for us. So we will keep using it. I've heard once you get to more diagramming sentences, it gets to be a lot of fun. I know, like diagramming sentences and fun, like, does that go together? But that's what others say. I used to really enjoy diagramming sentences, so I'm hoping she will as well. Okay, so it also called for writing. My 4th grader was not ready for writing skills, so we took a pause on that, and I think I'll start it with her next year. And then the writing, let me go grab it. I can't remember the name of it. Writing with Skills. This is from Well Trained Mind. And it looks like a great curriculum, but she is doing a co-op this year, a homeschool co-op. And they offered a literature class, and she has a lot of writing. So we decided to hold off on this because she's doing so much writing for her class. And so we may pick this up this year. If not, I'm just going to hang on to it for my younger, or she can do it next year. I think it's a 2-year program, but I could be wrong. If you've used this, let me know. And let me know your thoughts on this. It is a little intimidating because it is big, and this is just the instructor book, not the child's one. That's the student, which is just as big. So as you can see, we started working on our states. This is for my 2nd grader. They're really enjoying learning about the states. Got all the state stuff here. All the cards. So it's been really fun for them to learn their states for these last 2 weeks. And they play, a state rummy game. And they have a lot of fun playing that and then laying them out and quizzing each other. And it's just been great fun. They really have enjoyed that. I typed out the northern, like each state's set, so they could have like this for each set of states, because it went through northern states, southern states, eastern, and middle, and then Pacific. The Pacific they haven't struggled with. They were pretty easy. Okay, and then, I missed one thing. So for Bible, it was also starting the memory verse, and so I printed out the memory verse just on like a Word document, a Google Doc, and just made lines for them so they could do their copy work. It was on the same page, and then they could copy it below. So that made it a little bit easier for the copy work. Okay, back to the states. So we've been using the states in capital songs, and they really liked listening to them. It's made it a lot of fun. Now I will say for my 2nd grader, she has not got it memorized as quickly as my older 2. So I really just had her color them. And then I found this Kumon Geography, US and Canada book, just to have something more for her to do while they were like playing the state rummy game, because she just couldn't keep up. It was just a little too quick for her. And so this gave a way for me to kind of sit down with her and help her like label the states, and we would go through. And so she hasn't gotten them all memorized, but it's been fun for her to just have something else to do. So I picked that up for her. Okay, we learned the Star Spangled Banner. So that was fun. On the America's favorite patriotic songs, it moved really quick, so I found an older version of Whitney Houston singing it, because that's, that's who I remember singing it. So we listened to that, and that was fun. Let's see. We didn't get much book basket done. We did read a little bit from here. Ooh. And it says you can have it be a book basket book, the American History, a Visual Encyclopedia. I didn't end up doing that. We read just some from the beginning and talked about it, especially like those early years, pioneer years. And we were able to go through, we still have our old timeline up, so we kind of would point to the events that we've already learned about. So it's kind of a good review, I found. Sorry, I'm looking for one more book. Here it is. Okay, we read from in here the US History Cookbook, and it was on colonial fare. And then they were to pick something to cook. So we looked at what we wanted to cook. We were going to make, oh, I think the corn chowder or the something with apples. But we never got to it because I was still recovering. And so this got kind of put to the side. We did read it, but we didn't cook anything yet. So hopefully we'll be able to do that this next time. Okay, moving on. So for my oldest, she had a separate science, but again, she's doing this co-op, and so she's doing marine biology through them. So she was going to be doing, I think it was the atomic age. So she had planned and prepared to do it on her own. I was going to get her the audiobook for it so she could follow along, but we are not doing that. There are a ton of stink bugs on the screen. I'm glad I have a screen. So she is not doing that. She's doing marine biology at our co-op, and she's really excited to do that. And again, we're going to save it, use it next year, use it for my younger when she gets to that age. So we'll see. Sometimes we're getting to that. It's year by year what's going to happen. But my other two, my second and my fourth grader, are doing exploring creation with chemistry and physics, and they are loving it. I am surprised how much they are enjoying it. But they are really enjoying it. I did go pick up the junior notebooks for each of them. So it's nice when I'm reading, they can color the pictures from it, and then I can, this is like my younger one, so she can kind of write and draw pictures for the experiments that we do, and the experiments are like so simple. I love it because we can actually do it. I'm not having to like go get so much material. Sometimes, you know, you're like, oh my goodness, no, I don't have 5 light bulbs to, you know, with batteries and tinfoil to put in with each of them or something. So I really appreciate that it's simple science projects, like put an egg in a cup of salt to test for, what were we testing for? Density. To test density. We did an I Spy game. We studied for volume. I got beakers and they would drop rocks in, study that. And then I did make sure I had everything to do the lava lamps at the end for lesson 1. And I got salt all over my book. They had a lot of fun with that. And so I'll add a picture here of our lava lamps. They turned out really great and they've been fun, and I guess we'll reuse them in lesson 5. So that will be lots of fun. So they are both really enjoying this, and it actually said in the teacher's manual from My Father's World that my second grader didn't have to be part of it, but actually all 4 of my littles like to sit and listen and do the experiments. Now we don't get everything read. It's more like we get the main idea that we're learning about, you know, buoyancy. And so we do everything with that, and we do the little experiment, and that's how all of my girls, all my 4 littles are involved, and they're really enjoying this. So that's been a lot of fun. Okay, we don't have a read aloud yet. I'm not going to talk about math this time. Okay, we are for the 2nd and 3rd grade supplement. We're reading Farmer Boy as a family again. So I read this when my oldest was in 2nd grade, and I thought my littles, at least some of them would remember, and they didn't. So it's been fun to reread it. It's just a great book. And it was really cute because my kindergartner, I'm reading one of the chapters, and you know, there's so much yummy food in it. And all of a sudden she's like right here, and she's like, Mommy, that sounds so good. It was really cute. I was like, I know. No one's like that. Okay, I think that's it. Yep. We didn't start on God and the History of Art yet. I think that's like the only thing we missed. Yeah, so there you go. So that is 1850 to Modern Times. We're really enjoying it. we're really excited to get into more of the history books that came along and read alouds. We're really excited. Okay, I'm going to move along to kindergarten. So God's creation from A to Z. Gotta go to weeks 1 and 2. So when you first start out with this, it's all about creation and learning about creation. So she made her little creation book. So each year I've done them, when I've taught this kindergarten level, I've done them just a little bit differently. So this one, I saw someone on one of the Facebook groups. She put the numbers on in the creation book. We always made like, it was kind of like a timeline of the numbers we'd always do before. And I was like, we're just going to try it this way. And I kind of like it. So she had a lot of fun. I thankfully had stickers for like everything. I need to get better brackets. They're all coming out slowly. Here we go. 6. And then 7. So let me see here. So day 2, I found in my craft box, these are like borders for these, you know, what are these? Pin boards. It's like a border for that. So it was blue, so I was like, oh perfect, that can be our water. And then we just obviously use cotton balls. Here we just had lots of stickers. A lot of them ended up being fall-ish with like leaves and rakes. But you get the idea. I know it's supposed to all be living, but it's okay. So again, I used that. And then this was like green from the back of a, like the sticker packs that you get. It was like the end card. I just pulled out and used that. These, I had planet stickers and star stickers, so she used those. And I either found them at Dollar Tree or on Amazon, so if you're interested. This, I have a book of animal stickers. I'll link that below. And so there was fish and birds, so we did that, and then animals. It was hard to keep her from putting like the fish and birds on the animals page and the animals on the fish and birds page, but we got it. And then she made her little Adam and Eve. You can see that. So it was a great time. I love doing these. These are good little keepsakes. Okay, she also learned, we'd sing the B-I-B-L-E, bingo, E-I-O. I let her color them. She also, we learned This Is My Father's World. My girls all love that song. I'll link the version that we really like below. And they sing it a lot. All around the house. Let's see here. We also started learning her ABCs. So we'd sing this every day. And I would use a little, like, wand. I just found these at Dollar Tree a long time ago. And then I started using, we used the little blue cards. I'm not going to grab them, but she'd pick her letter that we were learning that day. She was learning, and so if it was like L, she'd pick it and move her little thing to it, and then I'd get to pick it. And if I got L2, we could knock each other off. So then it became a fun game of knocking each other off the things, along with finding our letters and saying them. So she liked doing that. I think that was it. The first 2 weeks are always really simple, which is kind of nice since I've been recovering from everything and still trying to figure out what's going on. I needed it to be simple, so I appreciate that. So starting next week, we'll be doing, we'll be learning about the sun, and it gets into more of the, I really like the unit studies with it. I am not reading For the Children's Sake. I did find it on Audible, so if you wanted to just listen to it, there's an option for you. But it's a good book. Let's see here. I think that's it. So that is kindergarten. Okay. Moving on to my preschooler. It's so different having 3 in the family cycle. It's like, I feel like this has been too easy. Okay, all aboard the animal train. So we did this last year, and so she's wrapping up this year. She's flying through it though, so I thankfully have the student sheets for Voyage of Discovery, so I might end up moving her ahead by the time, once she finishes this, instead of waiting. But we'll see. Okay, so we did make brown Play-Doh with cocoa powder. I think a lot of it got left out and dried out because they would make stuff and then leave it. And so, oh well, that's okay. I wanted to share, these are my favorite watercolor paints. They're from Arteza. If you're looking for a good watercolor paint, these are really awesome. And for all the little painting that they do. Let's see, what else did she do? Okay, here's her little squirrel card with them and her little squirrel, and then she made her little verse squirrel. Got all these books, but they're way on the bottom. Okay, she learned about Squirrel Says Thank You in her Verse Virtues book. We did the Margaret Weisbaum Treasury. There's just some pictures of squirrels, but it talks about like the seasons and stuff. So those are sweet. I added in Earl the Squirrel. We love this book. This is like a family favorite. It's a great little book. Learning to, you know, go get the nuts himself. And then we read from the Bible. Oops. Read from the Bible. Read Ravens Giving Elijah Food. And about baby Jesus. She's saying, I thank God for you, and the wheels on the bus. Okay, she also made these cute little squirrels she colored, and I let her cut them out. It was good practice and coordination. So those are all those that she did. Let's see here. I like to, when we get to the squirrel unit, to add in for surprise time the sneaky snacky squirrel game. It's really cute, and it's like Hi Ho Cheerio, but with they've got little acorns, and then there's that little squirrel tongs that they gotta pick them up and spin. So we always use this one when we get to this unit for surprise time. I also got for surprise time for her, that will probably start next with the next unit, I got this shopping list game. So you get these shopping carts or baskets, and then you each get a shopping list, and then it's like a matching game. They've got to find the items and put it in their cart, and whoever wins. Whoever collects them all wins. So like bananas are in a little card. So I saw this on Rooted in Rest's YouTube channel. If you're interested, I'll link it below. But she was showing that her kids really like this game, and so we got it. It was a fun little addition while I was recovering. A game they could play, and now like it's a great preschool game, so we'll keep using that. Let's see, what else did I want to share with you? Okay, I got this really cool thing on Amazon. We've needed something like this. It's a, you know, like a book stand. So it goes like this, and then this folds up or down. But I really liked how it you can like stick your book on, and then it has these little prongs to hold it there. I've never had one of these, so it's like super exciting for me. But there you go. So that's been a cool addition. I think that's it. So there we go. I'm gonna get this down without knocking it. All right. So that was all aboard the animal train. So thank you so much for stopping by today. I'm sorry my energy's a little bit lower, but hopefully I'll be back to myself in the next, couple of videos here. So thank you so much for stopping by. If you like this, here's some other videos to go check out, and I hope to see you at the next video. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.